Have you ever opened your to-do list and instantly felt tired? Not because you worked hard, but because the list itself felt impossible. Maybe the project feels too big. Maybe you don't know where to start. So instead, you scroll your phone, check emails, do busy work. Anything except the one thing that actually matters. Here's the truth most people don't realize. You're not lazy, you're overwhelmed. And the most successful people in the world, from billionaires to top creators, all use one simple rule to escape this trap. It's called the 10-minute rule, and this story will show you exactly how it works. Stay with me. In a quiet suburban city lived a 34-year-old man named Ethan Brooks. Ethan wasn't broke. He wasn't uneducated. He wasn't unlucky. In fact, he had everything most people said you needed to succeed. A solid business idea, some savings, skills, experience. What he didn't have was momentum. Every morning, Ethan sat at his desk with his laptop open and his coffee getting cold. In front of him was a massive to-do list. Write business plan, 20 hours. Build website, 30 hours. Create marketing strategy, 15 hours. Design branding, 10 hours. Total, 75 hours of work. And every morning, the same thought hit him. Where do I even start? He opened a blank document, typed a title, stared at the blinking cursor. 10 minutes passed. 20 minutes passed. Then he closed the laptop. I'm not in the right mindset, he told himself. I'll start tomorrow when I feel more focused. Tomorrow came and went. For 3 months, Ethan planned to start, but never actually started. 3 months of motivation, 3 months of intention, 3 months of zero progress. One evening, his wife finally said what he had been avoiding. Ethan, either start building your business or get a job. You can't sit at that desk every day doing nothing. Her words weren't angry. They were tired. That night, Ethan felt ashamed, not because he failed, but because he hadn't even tried. So he called the one person he trusted, his Uncle Richard, a man who had built and sold 2 successful companies. I don't know what's wrong with me, Ethan said. I want this so badly, but I can't make myself begin. Uncle Richard laughed softly. Ethan, you're not lazy. You're suffering from mountain paralysis. Mountain paralysis? Yes, he said. You're standing at the bottom of a mountain, staring at the peak, and because the climb looks impossible, you don't take the first step. Ethan went silent. That's exactly how it feels. Uncle Richard continued, You don't need motivation. You need the 10-minute rule. 10 minutes? Ethan said. That won't do anything. That's where you're wrong, his uncle replied. 10 minutes doesn't finish the work. It starts momentum. Then he explained. Reason 1. Starting friction. The hardest part of any task isn't doing it. It's starting. Starting requires massive mental energy. Continuing requires very little. So instead of committing to finishing, you commit to starting for just 10 minutes. Your brain can't argue with that. Reason 2. Momentum. Once you begin, stopping becomes harder than continuing. Studies show that over 80% of people who commit to 10 minutes keep working longer, not because they forced themselves, but because motion creates motivation. Reason 3. Progress creates confidence. Zero progress creates guilt. Small progress creates belief. 10 minutes daily becomes over 70 minutes a week, and that's how things get built. Uncle Richard gave Ethan 5 steps. Set a 10-minute timer. Promise you can stop when it ends. Choose one tiny micro-task. Start immediately. No mood, no motivation. Stop or continue. Either way, you win. No negotiations, his uncle said. You don't think, you start. The next morning, Ethan sat at his desk again. Same laptop, same coffee, same fear. But this time, he didn't look at the whole list. He wrote one sentence. Write 3 bullet points about my target customer. He set a 10-minute timer.
The first few minutes felt uncomfortable. His mind wandered. He wanted to quit, but he stayed.
By minute 5, 1 bullet point. By minute 8, 3 bullet points. The timer rang, and something strange happened. For the first time in months, he felt lighter. Maybe I can do 10 more, he thought. That day, he worked 47 minutes, starting with just 10.
Day 2, 10 minutes on the website, 35 minutes total. Day 3, 10 minutes on branding, 22 minutes. Day 4, 10 minutes on marketing, 51 minutes. 2 weeks later, the business plan was done, the website was live, the branding existed. 3 months later, the same amount of time he had once wasted, Ethan launched his business. His wife looked at him and asked, "What changed?" Ethan smiled. "I stopped trying to climb the mountain in one day. I just took one step for 10 minutes." Here's the truth. Motivation doesn't create action. Action creates motivation. The most successful people aren't superhuman. They don't feel ready. They don't wait for inspiration. They just know how to start. And starting is always available. For 10 minutes. Right now, you have something you're avoiding. A project, a goal, a dream. Not because you can't do it, but because it feels too big. So don't do the whole thing. Do 10 minutes. Set the timer. Start immediately. No negotiation. Because starting is everything. 10 minutes becomes momentum. Momentum becomes progress. Progress becomes results. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Start the timer and begin.